It's very warm in my apartment. That's why I have the fan today. And there's a ceiling fan up there. So, yeah. Because it's still dangerously hot here in November, but it's fine. Anyway. Hello, and welcome to The Cup, the Currently Unnamed Podcast, where we put the real and the tea in reality, and you can always come to us first to quench your thirst. I'm Logan Murphy. Say something gay. Gay, I am drinking some blackberry lemonade, and of course I'm doing it today out of my cup mug! Cup mug! Jack!
Mine is literally 5 hours away.
Okay, that's not an excuse.
Yes, it is. It will shatter.
You could have come up with a photo of a cup mug, or...
Wait, give me 2
the
seconds.
Etsy listing.
I am going as fast as I can.
I was joking, but I should have realized that you would be serious.
My arm's getting tired.
I'm going as
I'm
fast as I
with you.
Done.
Yay!
And it's $7.72.
That is correct.
Buy it.
And where could you buy it?
Oh, at lanagcreations.etsy.com.
Period. The link will be in the description below. And guess what? We do ship internationally and domestically, so there are no excuses. And we're looking at you, all of you Survivor fans, all across the world. Period. And by the way, I am Lana, your resident evil diva, here to give the tea, spill the tea, and drink the tea because you know I love me some tea. And if you have some tea, you know what to do. Hit me up. And I am currently just drinking water. Period.
Well, I'm David Healy, the Survivor superfan. And as always, I have brought an autograph for my Survivor collection because I've met over 200 Survivors. But this one's a very special one because it's somebody who's passed away, unfortunately. And I'm very happy that I got to meet him because he was super nice, and so was his wife. But it's the one and only Keith Nail.
Oh,
Yes. So I definitely cherish this autograph. I think it's great. It's special. But I am also drinking water.
Period.
And my name is Jack. I am exactly what Facebook has warned you about. I am the person that will make Survivor woke. And this week, that was worth it. I am drinking water because, I mean, we have to put the chemicals somewhere.
Jack,
Yes.
you are brilliant, and I love you.
Thank you.
I just want to say I'm gagged. I'm gagged. You have just
I thought of it
given,
about a minute ago, and I was like, too good.
proud of you
you've
for that.
given us the best intro I think you've ever given us with that moment. And you know what? I support it.
Mhm.
I will join you on the making Survivor woke bandwagon. Period. I also want to be the people Facebook has warned you about.
Mhm. Yes, to those people who are annoyed with how woke Survivor is, all I have to say is, come on in. ...
Anyway,
it's time for merge!
Woo.
Merge-ish, kinda. Almost.
Katori.
That was at this point. It's too
Earn your merge.
Earn your merge. That's
I guess.
literally.
I
Look
guess.
here. I'm not that mad at it because honestly, I kind of liked it, but it was still just typical Survivor antics, as they like to put it. But I loved it, and the episode was kind of exciting from the very get-go.
Just a bit.
From the very get-go, because subscribe first. Oh, we'll get that out the way. Y'all subscribe and do all those things. Because we're really interested in talking about this episode. We see idol search at the beginning of the episode. Like,
But even before that, Lana, did y'all catch the Easter egg in the intro? Because I sure did.
I didn't catch it, but I heard about it afterwards.
I caught it before I saw anything online. They put "Shot in the Dark" in the intro,
oh,
so you knew it was coming.
well, there we go.
But yeah, we jump right into this episode. Kendra has been blindsided by Brando's elimination, but she's like, "Oh my god, everything is so fine. Everything is so good. I like really think that this 4 could like do something and really be incredible." And that's not the first time that I'm gonna bring that exact impersonation to this episode, because someone else does it later and does it arguably better than me. But inside she's like, I fucking hate all these people.
And this is a theme that we'll see within the first 10 minutes of the episode. This is revenge counter number 1. Number 1.
Number 1.
Revenge for Brando. Revenge for other things. Drink every time Austin fucking talked about revenge over sandwiches. Like, God help me. I don't want to hear about this fucking disgusting sandwich anymore, because honestly, it looked gross.
Ooh, well, we're going to fight then.
No, I must say, I would be Austin in that situation.
No.
Not because of the sandwich.
Not because I would have wanted the sandwich, and I would have been like, you personally just deprived me of a sandwich that we have not eaten in days, and we see a sandwich sitting right here, and you want a stupid amulet that is stupid and it's all stupid glory? Absolutely not. Give me the freaking sandwich. I would have been Austin. And
well, Jay is a vegetarian. I understand why she didn't want the sandwich, because the sandwich would have been a crappy piece of lettuce, a slice of tomato, and bread.
That's not my fault that you chose that lifestyle.
Okay, but still, it is a valid lifestyle choice, and we need to respect that.
It's not his problem, or that is not my problem that you decided that you can't eat meat and they offered me a sandwich when I'm telling you I want this sandwich because I'm hungry, and you're like, no, I want an amulet because I'm a vegetarian and I don't eat meat.
Well, she didn't say that directly, but I think that influenced the decision.
That's why her decision was made. And I'm like, who freaking cares? Take the meat off and eat the lettuce if that's all you eat. But that's your fault. Give me the freaking sandwich. I would have been that person. I'm sorry. I would have been Austin, and I would have plotted revenge and her death for my sandwich.
But also, it was a turkey sandwich. It's the worst kind of sandwich.
It doesn't matter about the sandwich.
At least add some roast beef and some mayo.
The sandwich looked delicious.
The option was a sandwich that I would not be into personally, because there's things on it I don't like, or a big target on my back. And the other people chose to put a big target on my back, because there's no way that everybody's not going to find out about these amulets. There's no way that they're going to work with me. There's no way that we're going to share the amulets to have an extra vote. So I would be upset because I'm hearing from these two ladies, they don't care about me in the game. They want me to be a bigger target. They want me to be voted out early, and they want to take this power from me. It's not about the sandwich. And he says that in confessionals, but to everybody else, he makes it about the sandwich because he's a smart player.
I would have totally made it about the sandwich. And it would have been about the sandwich because I would have ate.
The question.
Look here. Here's the thing. Think about this, though. I'm sorry. Think about this. I'm sorry. Think about this. You've been starving 4 days. 4 days. And you're hungry. I might not like tomatoes. I might not like turkey. I might not particularly care for ham. But if I'm starving, I'm going to eat it. I don't care what it is. I'm gonna freaking eat it. I don't like coconut, but if you keep me on the island for 30-something days and I ain't ate nothing, guess what I'm gonna eat? The goddamn coconut. I'm gonna eat it because I'm hungry. It was about nourishment. It wasn't about what the sandwich looked like and what was on it and if it tastes good. It was about nourishment. And that is a big man, and he needed his nourishment. Now, he said it wasn't about the sandwich, but I still think a little bit was about the sandwich. The man just wanted the sandwich. But, of course, the target is important. I would have been Austin in that situation, and I would have been just as petty as Austin and been talking about that sandwich constantly. Yeah. And this person needs to go because they told me I couldn't eat this sandwich when it was sitting right in front of my face for an amulet that I know you're just going to try to cut me so you can make the amulet work better for you. So I'm not going to play that game with y'all. And that's why Austin was like, all right, well, I take the amulet, but y'all got to go. And that put a target on both of their backs. And he has the pull to actually pull it off.
Yeah.
I not have that.
I love that the sandwich conversation is so passionate from Lana that she's peaking her mic and she keeps cutting out. Like, it's that passionate of a conversation.
I'm sorry. Let me turn it down. I'm going to turn it down. But
no, it's okay. Jack, please go.
You could
thoughts on sandwiches?
You could also just swap the ingredients in the sandwiches. Like, that's an option.
Yeah, okay, I'm sure they would have given her.
Yeah.
Anyway, we have more pressing matters to discuss than sandwiches. So.
Yes, because we have an idol hunt at Lulu Beach.
Yeah, everyone
but Katurah.
Everyone but Katurah. Well, they all want to target Katurah
because they want to target, which, by the way, does not sit well in my spirit that they want to target Katurah. Because I'm like, look here, Bruce. I was rooting for you. But now you done came in here, you done talking and doing a little too much jacking and jawing and on Katurah's name. And so now it's time for you to go. In my opinion, Bruce can go. I'm sorry. I know I root for everybody black, and I wanted to do that. But when the black person is start talking on the other black person's name, and I like that person more than I like you, bruh.
I was about to say, Katurah did it first, to be fair. But
I like her more than I like him. So, boy, gotta go. It's all about the women power here for me, and I'm a black woman. So, from black woman to black woman, I'm rooting for her more than I'm rooting for any man on any idol on any beach. So, I'm rooting for her. So, the minute he started chatting on her name and was seriously getting people together to get her out, I was like, oh no, he gotta go. This merge could happen at a better time for me.
I want to keep them both in for as long as they can because I want to see how petty this rivalry gets. Because I think they are both the perfect level of petty to make this rivalry just go. Like, they're going to start getting so annoyed openly at each other over, like, the stupidest, smallest tribe camp things. And I just want to see how far it goes. So I want to keep them both.
I'm fine with that.
But yes, we have the idol search at Lulu. Bruce finds the note. Everyone but Katurah is searching because they don't want Katurah to know. So they're all searching. It's in the middle of the camp, which I didn't realize how their shelter was constructed. But I was like, that's actually a pretty good layout, all things considered. But they have to make a distraction because Katurah comes back, and so Jake turns on his acting skills and just like, my fucking rings!
Lost my rings.
Damn it!
Can I just say, before we get too much further, Jake has been the surprise of the season for me because going into the season, I'm like, nah, I don't need this. I don't need Danny 2.0 from
White Man. Now I'm good.
But I just adore him. He's like, he has this thing where he has this resting angry face, and then in just a second he'll put on that huge smile, and it's immediately he just draws me in. So I'm obsessed with Jake. Plus, he's watching Drag Race, which is pretty cool. So, for a straight guy,
yeah,
he is all of the nerdy things that I love. Plus, he's been the confessional person this season, and I really like it. I would say him and Katurah, honestly.
Yeah, they're two of my favorites for sure.
Yeah,
confessionals.
Yeah, Katurah.
Yeah.
That's my favorite confessional of all time.
Yes, that's a good
one. So I know everything she said in that.
That spoke 1,000 words.
A million words. I know exactly what she meant and what she said, and I'm like, yeah, I see you, girl. I get it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think that's my favorite confession. Okay.
Yeah. So Bruce ends up getting the idol dug out from the ground because we find out that it's merge and everybody's going to the Reba beach. So he very quickly finds the idol underneath it. So he went from not having his vote to 5 minutes later in the episode having his vote back. I'm just like, okay.
Whiplash.
Literally.
And I think this idol has 0 stipulations.
I believe so.
Yep, up to final 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is just a normal one.
Yeah, and he I mean, obviously the episode is kind of framed like this intentionally to give that like, oh my god, they're doing it at the last minute moment.
Mm-hmm.
He really does get within like the last 5 minutes of him being at that camp.
Literally.
Mm-hmm.
What would have happened if he missed and couldn't find it and just like, yeah, so you can't vote for the rest of the game unless you can get back to that beach, start swimming.
Well, I mean, next week maybe. Because we'll talk about what happens next week. But yeah, so everybody's going to merge. We're merged. Everyone's like, oh my god, all the people from my tribe are still here. And Emily and Caleb are like, oh my god, you're still here. Because that's it.
That's it.
That's all.
Mm-hmm.
And all of the original tribal lines are, back together. And
Except Brando.
Except Brando. Well, all the tribes are kind of like just like going out and like re-merging with their own like original tribes. And then one of the first conversations we see is Bruce and Emily.
Counter number 2. It's coming.
And I did love Bruce. Bruce's confessionals, I think, have been really good too. But Bruce was just like, we squashed him. We were like, oh my god, like, we're totally okay. Everything is like totally fine. Everything is good. We're great. But no, I want to take you out of this game.
Revenge.
I'm like, the title of the episode should have just been Revenge.
Mm-hmm.
Not, I mean, I'm going to be honest.
I love the episode title.
I love the title.
I'm not Batman. I'm a Canadian.
I'm not Batman. I'm just me. I'm a Canadian.
I'm just a Canadian.
I was like,
okay, Caleb.
You're not. And I understand.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love Bruce and Emily's conversations. She was like, I mean, I probably have some apologizing to do. He's like, oh no, don't worry about it. You said what you thought. And that makes the game fun. It's totally fun. We're totally chill. We're totally good.
Oh my god, we're totally okay.
But I'm going to take her out.
Mm.
And it's like, oh, okay. Well, great.
Yeah.
Bruce is petty, and he's coming for a lot of people I like.
But I also like him in that way of just being... I'm liking him in this episode specifically because he gives me very Felicia energy. He is just like, I'm going to speak how I will, and I'm going to have the opinions that I do, and I'm just going to tell people what I think. And that feels very refreshing for me watching Survivor. I like seeing that level of openness and delusion. And I do kind of really enjoy that to an extent. I hope he goes home before my faves? Absolutely.
Right.
But
I was going to say, like, to your point, like, you got to have moments like that just to make the downfall even sweeter. And it's going to be sweet for me.
Yeah.
It's got to be sweet.
Oh, no,
For
definitely. Sure. But yeah, so we see immediately the original core 4 of Reba coming back together being Dee, Julie, Austin and Drew.
Mm-hmm.
Austin lets them know about the whole amulet situation, and immediately they're like, okay, cool, we're targeting Jay.
Revenge!
This is almost as bad as when you wear your Let Loose shirt and I play the button. Like, no, David! It's a different channel, David! God damn it, David. I thought you had forgotten.
Nope.
No, he will never forget that.
Never.
Wait, I'll say another. But yes, everybody was still they talked about the amulet. Jay's gonna go. They want Jay to go at that point. They're like, Jay can go. I don't care. That'll be great for us. We think she'll cut any one of us before, at any time, so she could go. So they have made that decision. Caleb and Emily have their conversation like, hey,
we're still here.
We're still here. Yay. I got your back. You got my back. We're good. Straight. Pam. Lulu have their meeting. You know who don't have a meeting? Bella. And Bruce is mad about that.
Yeah.
He's like, what's happening? Why is no one talking to me?
Well, because
why is no one talking to me?
Kendra does a little bit of it, where she lets people know immediately, like, Emily flipped. She was supposed to vote with me and Brando, but she flipped and voted out Brando. So then the Bello target becomes Emily. But yes, to the point that you brought up, Bruce is just like, nobody's talking to Bruce.
No, and talking in third person. Nobody's talking to Bruce.
So you know what he does? He realizes that everyone's talking to Caleb. So he goes to Caleb and says, everybody's talking to you. Why is that?
Caleb, what do you want me to do? Aren't we supposed to talk to people? I think you're talking to people too much. And Caleb was like, what does that even mean? He said, well, you need to fix this. And Caleb was like, okay, I will. But I don't know what you want me to fix. But okay, I'll fix it.
What? Bruce?
So Caleb then goes to Kelly and is like, Bruce is mad at me because he says I'm talking too much to people. She was like, yeah, he's really getting on my nerves and I don't understand. She's like, what am I supposed to do? How am I supposed to not talk to people? Aren't we supposed to try to get in good so we can figure out am I doing something wrong? Kevin's like, no, you're not doing anything wrong. This is Bruce being Bruce and he's getting on my nerves. So I say, we can surprise Bruce and vote Bruce out. And Caleb's like, okay, I'm down with that. Because Bruce is really tripping. I don't understand what I'm doing wrong. And Caleb's like, you're not doing anything wrong. It's Bruce. It's Bruce, and we can get Bruce out. I think we should just blindside Bruce. And he was like, okay. So now Kelly and Caleb and of course Couture will be down with getting rid of Bruce. They just have to get more people to be on board with getting rid of Bruce. But Bruce is still mad because ain't nobody talking to him.
Nobody's talking to Bruce.
Nobody's talking to Bruce.
Nobody's talking to Bruce.
So then we go.
Jack, any thoughts?
Yeah.
I mean, not much other than Bruce just having a weird moment where he's like, no one's talking to me. No one's trying to do anything. Am I the wrong person? And it's literally just.
Am I the villain?
It's just the first couple of hours, Bruce. Please calm down.
Literally, it's been hours. It's not been 4 days. It's been hours.
We haven't even went to the challenge yet. And
I'm still trying to get to know this person that I met 3 hours ago, Bruce. Like, give it a second.
Bruce, nobody's talking to Bruce.
I mean, I feel bad for him because he feels like a pepperaya.
Not the pepperaya.
When Kendra was like, what's a pepperaya? That should have been the title of the episode.
He was like, a pariah? What's a pepperaya?
A pariah. Like, Bruce is so entertaining. I have to be honest. Kendra also so entertaining. I love Kendra. Kendra's my favorite.
Kendra and her
there is a rage building within me. I'm just like, she's giving me Carolyn energy in a completely different way, but I love it.
Yeah, you know,
Everybody's just unhinged.
Yeah,
I will say I do not like peppers. Like, they're one of my least favorite things.
Yeah,
so any pepper is a pepperaya to me.
You know what? Not a.
And on that part, we're going to move on to David's favorite part of the episode, which is the challenge.
Yay.
David, do you want to talk about the challenge?
Wait, I do want to talk about the fact that Bruce confronted Caleb about the situation first, and basically calls him out, puts him on the spot, and was like, "You're in the best situation right now, and here I am alone, and nobody's talking to me, and you better do something about it." And poor Caleb, the whole time, just looks like a deer in headlights. Like, what do I say to this man? Why is he playing Survivor so poorly right now?
Caleb was like, "Okay, you want me to fix it? I'll fix. But what do you want me to fix? I don't know what you. Okay, I'll go fix it. Don't worry, I got you." I'm like, Caleb is like, I don't know what he's talking about, and that's why when he went and talked to Kelly was like, "You're doing nothing wrong. This is Bruce being Bruce. This is Bruce," and he's like. He says I'm talking too much, but how am I supposed to not? Am I not supposed to talk to the people? Do I just go talk to them, Bruce? It's really simple. If you want to talk to people, go up and talk to people.
And this ends up, Caleb talks to Kelly about the whole situation, and
we discussed that.
Okay, things. Yes, sorry.
I'm glad that Caleb has his emotional support lesbian on that. Everybody needs an emotional support lesbian.
I mean, Kelly was definitely like, I'm sick of Bruce. I'm sick of him. She was like, let's just vote him out. We can blast.
Let's go lesbians.
And I was like,
let's go lesbians.
Yeah, we don't. Well, but then the challenge, David. Would you like to tell us about your favorite part? Apparently.
Yeah. So that was sarcasm. So basically. What I can say, Lana didn't know. Lana, you don't know? I don't like it.
I know you know. Okay. I know you don't like it. I was trying to add to the sarcasm, but I guess
David ruined the joke.
Well, I was just gonna say they split into two teams, red and blue, and Katura ends up drawing a different color rock.
It's just gray.
It's gray.
It's
a rock without color, as Jeff put it. I was like, it's gray, Jeff.
It's gray. Gray rock.
Gray rock.
So she has to pick a team. And the teams, let's see what the divisions were. The red team was Caleb, Jemaya, Jake, Kelly, Dee, and Emily. The blue team was Drew, Austin, Bruce, Kendra, Julie, and Sifu. Who's she going to pick?
I wonder. I wonder who she's going to pick.
They tried to make us think that it was a decision to be had, and it was a tough choice.
No.
That choice was the easiest choice of if I'm going to bed tonight or not. Yes, I'm going to bed tonight.
I see Sifu, Bruce, and Austin on the same in the same group. Nah, that's
and
the group.
Drew can do puzzles.
Drew can do puzzles. That's why Drew is important. I would have been like, yes, here's where I'm going. Because I was like, the only downfall of that team is Julie, and I don't think they go meet.
And Julie performed her ass off. I'm gonna give praise to Julie, our single mom who works 2 jobs, who loves her kids and never stops, with gentle hands on the heart of a fighter. She's a survivor.
Yes, I'm like, Katura was not gonna be like, oh no, whatever do I do? This is a hard blue.
I love all the ladies when they do the rock draw and they reveal it, and all of them are just looking and they're all on the same side, and there's no strong men, and they all just go. It's like this cast and their facial expressions. Yeah. I'm like, I'm really entertained by this season. I'm really enjoying it. But yes, so you have to
obstacle.
It's obstacle, puzzle, double puzzle.
All the way.
Yeah. All the way.
You're going under the mud, and then you're pushing the cart, and then you're getting sandbags, and you're going up, and you have to launch yourself onto the rope ladder,
net.
And then rope net, and then untie a bag, and then jump down, and maybe or maybe not injure yourself while bouncing down on this net. Who knows? And then you have to lift each other up again onto a globe.
A big old
As
ball.
if they couldn't make this challenge more difficult.
With all the mud on you.
I was looking at the red team specifically, and I was like, oh, that reminds me of jumping on those the globes that they have in front of Target as a kid. I was like, oh, but much bigger. I was like, oh.
My favorite part was like before they even started the challenge and it was explained what they had to do. Like the people were just like, "Oh my god, Jeff, are you serious? Are you really
another puzzle?"
They were like, "This is so much." Like I love how hard
it was kind of one of the longer challenges we've seen.
Yeah, it was what obstacle, really difficult obstacle, really
obstacle, globe, puzzle.
Yeah.
Because then you have to put together the physical puzzle in order to get the Rebus puzzle that they then have to solve.
I will say the two puzzles themselves together didn't seem as bad because there were only so many logical ways that the Rebus puzzle could have gone together. And then, I mean, the Rebus puzzle itself wasn't so horrible. People pretty much got it almost immediately. And I will say, they're using a new type of puzzle where it's two-part. And I'll take it. I will take it. The Survivor design team has had to finally use a different fucking puzzle.
Because people were 3D in the old puzzles.
Yeah.
You 3D tricked the old puzzle. Thank you, Carson.
Thanks, Carson.
Share all the tricks.
Anyway, the blue team wins.
And
it was close.
They had a big lead to begin with. That when they got to the puzzle part, and by the time the red team got to the puzzle part, they were already done with that big one, and they were working on the word puzzle. It was, yeah.
Drew slayed that Rebus puzzle too,
which I was not surprised at all.
No, not at all.
Rebus puzzle.
Rebus.
Here's your one chance. Fancy, don't let me down.
You lie. I'm gonna do an obscure Reba song. How about that?
Does he love you like he loves me?
That was my favorite Reba song.
I know. I was obsessed with that song when it came out.
Oh, I love Reba.
I can't. I'll put that on my playlist tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Good. But yes, the blue team wins, meaning that the red team, someone's going home.
Somebody's going home.
One of y'all's going home. And I was like, oh shit. I was like, it's not Katora.
For my draft purposes on this podcast and the other one that I did, I was very glad that Katora picked that side. And I was very glad that Austin was on that side. I was like, yay! Really good for this side for me on both drafts that I'm doing. Mm-hmm. My only worry was for Caleb. And I was like, and I had very reasons to worry. Mm-hmm.
So for the cup draft, I was terrified because I have Jake and Caleb. For my other draft, I was thrilled because I have Julie, Kendra, and Katura. I was like, yay!
Exactly.
I was like, I'll take it.
I had J Maya. So it was a great night.
Who else do you have? Are you out?
Am I out?
I don't know. I'm going to look that up. But while I do, let's talk about the Merge Feast.
Merge Feast. It was a lot of food. I don't even really know what the food was because they didn't give us like a clear view of what they were eating. It was just.
I got really emotional because Kendra was getting really emotional about eating for the first time in 13 days. And when they came into the Reba camp originally at the Merge, and they were like, big old fish. And she starts breaking down over this giant fish. I was just like, and then she was breaking down over the Merge Feast. And I was like, Kendra's my favorite. I'm saying it. Definitive.
That's all I'm saying is I'm like, that is why, and we finna go back to why Austin wanted that goddamn sandwich.
But this is why also they should be feeding their fucking contestants.
I mean, I agree with that. I mean, I don't think the rice things should have gone away. But I'm like, that is why Austin wanted that sandwich and was very upset when they denied him of that sandwich. He was hungry. But then they got to eat in this merge feast, and it was beautiful. They ate like hungry people would eat. Just I was like, I hope it's delicious. And then people say, so are we gonna talk? Are we gonna talk about this? We need to talk about who we want to vote out. And they were like, so what you thinking? And Seafood was like, I want Jay. I want her to go.
And Bella was gagged, gooped, and betrivelled over this.
They were like, what? Why would you?
Because I think
seconded it.
Truly, I think Bello came into Merge being like, well, we're a hot mess. But, which is unfortunate because we think that Reba is 6 strong. However, Reba is just as much of a shit show as we are. And I think they were really thinking, and that's why I think Bruce was even more overwhelmed by, no one talking to him earlier, because I really do think Bello came into this thinking, oh, it's going to be Bello versus Reba and Caleb and Emily in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not the case at all.
Nope.
The Seafood was like, Jay put my name down, so I want her gone. And Julie's like, well,
Julie.
Julie said, Seafood thinks Jay put his name down, but I know for sure it was D. But I'm not gonna say nothing because I like D and I want Jay Maya to go too. So I'm gonna let him think that. And I was like, go ahead, Julie.
Julie's playing well.
She is.
I'm impressed with Julie.
She's thinking about stuff. She's not just letting people just.
She's in a very. I think she's in the best position, I would say, out of anybody. She's in a strong alliance. Nobody's looking at her. They might next week. I mean, we'll talk about next week, but they might next week.
Who knows?
But there is also the Julie ends up bringing up Caleb and Emily as the only Lulu members left, giving another option. She didn't want it to just be Jay.
Mm-hmm.
Kendra and Bruce also echo what Julie ends up saying about Caleb being the target because he's a big threat. Katora is confused.
Finally, we have a logical person here because everybody in this group was like, here's a number that I have. I'm just going to throw them under the bus.
Offer them up.
Everybody is doing that except for Katora. She's the only one trying to fight that.
Which I was like, I agree. Like, are y'all stupid? Like, why would you take the person who was trying to work with you and throw them under the bus? Same thing with Seafood and Jay. I understand you got personal issues because you think she wrote your name down, but we are now in a merge. So now we have to play this game differently as we're in a merge and we need numbers. She would be a number for the Reba tribe if we just kept her together. But you now saying, let's kick her out. With the rest of y'all saying, we can kick her out. That's fine. It doesn't really make sense to me why we would do that. To me.
And you would think Bruce knows how his season went, right? Like, there's no way he didn't hear from everybody the tea and find out who made it to the end and all of that. So sure, I get it that Caleb was not on your original tribe, but he's been on your tribe for a few days now. He's made it clear he wants to work with you. He knows about your idol. Like, why not feel secure with him enough to take out this other powerful tribe that is like almost fully they are fully intact. So he's saying, okay, no, I want to get rid of somebody that I have so that you all are 6 people next week. And at best, we have to have our 5 Bello and bring in Emily, and then we're tied up. Like, that's best case scenario. I don't get it.
But you get rid of Emily or get rid of her number 1. You think she want to work with you now?
Right.
She already been working with them.
Exactly.
Literally,
she will continue to work with them.
Literally, if you just take the original Bello 5 plus potentially Caleb and Emily, that's 7. You control the vote. Done. Like,
they're not thinking. They were not thinking in that moment. They were just like, Bruce was very butthurt that Caleb was getting all the attention and he wasn't, and he felt like he should because, as he say, I'm some sort of a celebrity, I guess. I was like, a celebrity where, sir? You are not a celebrity.
You got a head injury and got to play Survivor twice. You're not a celebrity.
You're not a celebrity.
If you win the season,
we'll
you're
talk
closer.
about celebrity.
Bruce takes that 15 minutes of fame and makes it literal.
And literally, he only had
Literally
15.
It was just like, you are not a celebrity. You're not even a Survivor legend. You're a guy who came back and they let play again, and you still have to prove yourself to be a legend. You're not there. You're not Boston Rob. You're not Sandra Diaz-Schwann. You're not Therese Fields. You're not Parvati. You're Bruce, who we don't know what you could do. And what you're showing us right now is you're really not that good at the game. Because you're not thinking logically, you're thinking emotionally because somebody is getting more attention than you. You're upset about it, and you want to cut them when they're a number for you. At the beginning of the merge? What? I ain't got to like you to play with you. I just need to know that I can trust you enough that we go get through this vote together. And then next week I talk about cutting you. I'm not going to do that at the beginning of the merge. That is so crazy to me.
Mm-hmm.
So after the feast, we go back to, well, during the feast, we go see the losers. And they're all like, what do we do?
Well, Julie, what do we do?
It's like, I don't know what we should do. We should talk. And they start talking a little bit. Then they're like, we got to really wait till the other people come back. So then when the other ones come back and they're like all full and go ahead. You got to jump in before.
They come back and they're like, they're full. They go to wash off all the mud. And just the 6 of them are just sitting there being like, well, I guess we're all sitting ducks. And Emily just goes, I hate them. Emily is entertaining me. I'm going to be honest.
She's moving up my rankings. I put out a ranking out on Twitter every week after the episode. And I think I do. And I think she's up to 3rd. And Miss Katura Tops has been topping my ranking for the past several weeks. Yep. And she must be looking herself up on Twitter. Can't blame her. I'd probably do the same thing because she's been liking my rankings too.
I love it. I love it.
So if Katura is number 1 and Emily is number 3 this week, who's number 2?
I think I have Jake at number 2. I put Austin. I put Austin up there.
To find out for sure, go follow David on Twitter at the David Healy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I loved Austin after this episode.
I did too.
Also,
and we should talk about that, David.
Speaking of things David brought up to us, we forgot to talk about the dancing stick bug. So please,
oh my gosh, this was like one of my favorite parts. They were all just cheering it on. They're like, it was so adorable. Everybody was huddled around their shelter,
except for Austin and Drew.
And they're like, why is everybody laughing over there?
Austin and Drew are like, we're trying to play. Why are they laughing?
We're trying to be real professional, serious Survivor players. Meanwhile, they're all back at the shelter, and Kendra's like leading it on. She's like,
and that bug's just like,
it was so good. That bug was like, yeah. It was so good. I think that I laughed so much in that moment. It was so funny. Yes, I'm sad we forgot to bring that up.
It gave me like Sister Act 2 vibes where everybody's like hanging and they're doing like their little raps.
Yeah.
And collard greens.
And cold beans. And collard greens.
I haven't seen the movie in a while.
Oh, it's so good. I love that movie.
It's so good. I love it. When they outside. Oh, yeah. Okay. I can talk about Sister Act all day.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So we get back to camp. Our fabulous trio of Kendra, Kelly, and Katura are talking about the targets, and like they're informing each other about what happened on either side of the discussions. They agree that the targets are either Jay or Caleb. Katura's fighting to keep Caleb. Kendra wants him gone. Kelly's kind of agreeing that maybe we need to take out one of the Reba women because that's going to be better long term. Break that up. Katurah is now trying to get to Bruce, being like, Jay is better no matter what.
She was so passive aggressive here.
She's
just
like,
just use your leadership skills.
Go do it, Bruce.
Just go talk to him.
Why aren't you going in leading, Bruce? I love her.
And Bruce is like, I can't lead like I did here. I can't do that here now. It's the merge. I can't do that now. I have to play a different way. I was like,
yeah.
Do you, Bruce?
So eventually it comes down and everyone is kind of talking about how Caleb is the target. And the unfortunate thing here is they let Emily know that Caleb is the target, not knowing how close Caleb and Emily actually are. And Emily goes, and I love Emily in this moment because she goes, yeah, they're bringing up your name hard, like dangerous levels of targeting, like shot in the dark levels of targeting. And he goes, oh shit. Emily, entertaining. I'm on the Emily train now, y'all. I have to be honest. She's entertaining me.
Emily is coming up for me, and she was like, he was like Bruce. He was like, oh, he hates you. Yeah, he hates you. I was like,
oh, he was one of the first people to throw you under the bus.
He's like,
so.
sorry.
Yeah, he hates you. Sorry, he hates you. Sorry. I was like, tell him, Emily, make him realize you got to do some real damage control and fixing this situation. And I love that. I have to say, Emily is rising for me as well. Am I on the train? No. But she is definitely rising for me. She is, as a game, okay, I'm on her game train. I'll say that.
That part.
Game train, I am there. Because she's playing the heck out of this game. I love that. But Jack, you want to say something? You look like you were about to jump in.
Yeah, I mean, Emily at this point has fully turned her game around. And I mean, what we have to thank for that is nicotine withdrawals. That's what we have to thank.
Thanks, Hannah.
Hannah, you did this season.
Hannah Rose's impact. Her.
She said, it's not your time. It's not your time. But yeah, no, Emily is proving herself to be a really, really good game player. And thankfully, she's not realizing that from her couch after immediately being voted out and going like, well, they were just bitter. We actually have character development. The fuck is this?
I don't know.
And I will like on the point of Hannah, Jeff Probst on his podcast, he did drop a spoiler for the rest of the season. He's like, I've never done this, but I'm going to tell you a spoiler. No one else quits this season, so that's good news.
That's good.
Wow. We shouldn't ever have to have that disclaimer.
Right.
I know. So Emily tells Caleb. Caleb is like, well, crap. So he takes the one piece of information that he has
and gets revenge.
Revenge number 5 at this point?
Yeah, at this point.
I've lost count on the revenges at this
There was
point.
so much revenge happening.
All the revenge. Did someone mention revenge?
Revenge?
Yeah.
Where?
So he tells Austin and Drew and that Bruce has an item. And they're like, what? And they're like, yes, Bruce has an item. He's like, what? And he was like, I'm just telling y'all because I want to build some trust between y'all. So I'm giving you information and we'll see if it worked.
Yeah.
Because we go to tribal council.
We go to tribal and it's Caleb versus J Maya. This was entertaining.
I'm about to say, I'm going to say this was my favorite tribal council in a very long time.
For all of the things that happened.
All of the things that happened. It was so live. And folks was just, this is what I want in the tribal council. I want the funny moments. I want the back and forth moments. I want the tense moments. And it was everything because they started out. Jeff was like, y'all all 13 are back together again. You haven't done this before. What's it like? People are like, "Ah, it's overwhelming. It was a lot, but I'm trying to find my footing, trying to, meet people, talk to people. It's fun, da 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 da, but it's tense and it's hard. And then it shifts a little bit because he goes to Caleb and he's like, Caleb, how are you feeling about being here? And so Caleb goes on this spiel about how he's been a loser before. He's been here before. I've done it all. I've seen this whole thing. And I feel like I just don't know. I feel like it's other people who we could possibly be looking at because I'm a threat, but I'm not a social threat, or strategic threat, like some people are. And they're like, who are we talking about? Name names. Of course, Jeff Probst's gonna get right in it. Who you mean, Caleb? Who you mean is a strategic threat? And it's like, I mean, Maya sitting right here is she a SOJ is like, wait, what? Me? What you mean? And you saying you a threat?
He's like, rewind a second.
Right. Back it up.
Elaborate.
Explain. I'm a social threat, a strategic threat. How? And he's like, I mean, if we look at Reba got D, J Maya, and Julie all tied together, that's 3 votes right there. And if I'm gone next week, they got 3 votes that can just get together and do whatever they want to do. That's a strong group. So D and Julie, if y'all want to break away, y'all might want to keep me. So now D is like, say what now?
My favorite thing about this tribal is D's like, my name was said. And she's like, I'm Cuban. I have to go after things when my name was said.
And I'm Cuban, so therefore
I love D. Her and her big toe are gonna take it to final tribal.
Oh yeah, did you see her Halloween costume?
Yes.
She was a full foot. Beautiful.
She was a foot for Halloween.
That's funny.
Anyway,
yeah. With a big toe. It was big. It was a big toe.
I can't. But D is like, now I'm triggered. Now you said my name.
Why are you saying my name?
Look, she was Devon in that moment. Are you trying to provoke me? I'm provoked. I am provoked.
She was like, now wait a damn minute.
Now wait a Did you say my name? So she's like, so why should I? Well, I mean, now I need to come after you. And he's like, no, I'm just saying, y'all are a trio. Y'all can break away and y'all can keep me. And so Jemiah's like, y'all see what he's saying, right? He a threat. Ain't nobody else called him a threat. He called himself a threat. Y'all see what he's doing. Okay. And so I'm like, oh. So Drew was like, I think we should just go on the vote, Jeff. That's what I think. I think we ready.
So they go to vote.
They go to vote.
We see Austin sacrificing his vote again.
Caleb walks to the voting booth and says,
Jay. I would have gotten up. I would have gotten up when, if I was her, I would have gotten up to vote and be like, is it a C or a K?
I sure would.
Because everyone spelled his name wrong.
I'm like, I would like to spell your name correctly. Is it a C or a K? Thank you.
All 11 votes were spelled wrong.
Well, we're about to see some other spelled wrong votes too.
Oh, very much so.
Yeah.
So we go to vote, and we find, or the votes come in, and we find out that Caleb played his shot in the dark.
He's like, Jeff. Here, I have something. Jeff said, okay. He opens it and says, if this says safe, all votes for Caleb will be no. But if it says not safe, all votes for Caleb will count. I'll open it. I think this was the slowest I've ever seen Jeff open up a scroll.
We see the full unraveling of the ribbon. I'm like, what is this camp?
He's like,
what is this? And then we find out
Caleb is safe. I literally screamed because I was not spoiled last night and I watched that this morning and I literally screamed at 9 o'clock this morning. It was like,
We're gonna need
silent scream.
I know we're gonna need a compilation of Lana peeking her mic.
I'm gonna be honest. This was very, very triggering for me in like the worst way possible.
Oh, Jack.
Literally the night before. Surprise! I play orgs. You can tell because I have mental illness. The night before. The night before.
No, Jack, you can't do that to me.
I have a perfect plan set up. I'm in a great spot. I'm told that I need to steal someone's vote. I do it. Everything goes right. They're not even there. Oh, so this player just used their shot in the dark. They're selecting one. They're safe. And in that moment, I know exactly what J. Maya felt like. Like, well, that's it.
Well, Julie.
you want to know something? Oh.
That kind of crushing feeling over luck is something that you will never get to experience until you have it happen to you live and get 8th place when you could have gotten a fucking blanket.
You want to know something crazy, Jack? I know the feeling that Caleb was feeling in that moment for this very same reason. Because, like Jack, I played an org and I was up to be eliminated. And we had a thing called, it was like a shot in the dark, but it was a chalice. And I had the most wine in my cup. And I got to pick someone to save me. If I was safe, all the votes for me would be null and void. And I picked the right one and I was safe. And all of the votes were against me. And so I was like, except my vote against the one person I wanted out. So I understand how Caleb was feeling.
I also understand how Caleb was feeling because the last time I played a Survivor org years ago, I was going to get blindsided by my tribe and I had an idol. And I had a gut feeling to play my idol. And guess what? Every vote was against me and I sent home an absolute piece of shit. And then got voted out the next round. But you know what? It happened. David?
Well, I don't know what this is like at all.
Because David never gets voted out games. David stays to the very end.
I stayed till close to the end, but I never went.
Good for you, David. Some of us don't have that luxury.
I mean, but I've won more games than David. So
yeah, some of us over here on the left side of the panel today don't have that luxury.
Jack has won more games than
winning?
you. Jack, you've won. Stop playing.
I've won once. One time. Anyway.
That's one more than me, Jack.
Anyway.
You know what?
Anyway.
Caleb gets voted out unanimously, but all the votes are null and void.
Why didn't you split it? Why not throw a vote somewhere?
Why not? They're stupid.
I don't even care if it's rigged. I don't care if this moment was rigged. I don't know if it is. I don't care if this moment was rigged. I was living for this moment. I was
kind of made the 9 other failures. And yes, I'm saying all 9 were failures.
Don't talk about Jamie like that.
You didn't need to play it. It was a failure.
It was still a successful play of a shot in the dark, David.
It wasn't successful. She didn't have any votes. That's not
okay, but she was still safe.
Okay. Well, she was safe either way.
She played the shot in the dark. The scroll said safe.
Oh, okay. It made the 9 other failures worth it for me to see this successful moment. Like it was so fun. We needed all that failure to really experience the joy that Caleb and everybody else there, like you could tell most of them were very happy for him, even though they had just written his name down. So I was living for this moment.
Okay. Oh, well, we'll finish and then I'll give my thoughts afterward.
Oh, that's
so we go for a revote. No, we go for a revote because all the votes are for Caleb and they don't count. So we have to go for a revote. And Jeff said, do you all need some time? And they're like, yeah, duh.
Yeah, obviously.
We just all voted for one person. We need to figure out what to do now. And so they're all going, and J. Maya's like, I vote for Emily. And some people are like, do we have the votes? She's like, yeah, we got the votes. I'll get the votes. We just vote for Emily. So she's doing a lot of Emily. Emily is like, is it me? Don't let it be me. Please don't let it be me. I don't want it to be me. Let's do Jay. Because she's saying my name. So let's do Jay. Jay's like, it's got to be Emily. Emily, it's got to be Emily. Yeah. And she was like, yeah, I'm down for that. Everybody's like, yeah, we're down. Everybody said they're down. So they're like, all right. They sit back down and Jay goes, takes the urn up, and they start to vote again. And there's one vote for Emily from J. Maya. And then the rest of the votes are for J. Maya. I was like, oh, that cold-blooded. People were looking dead in her face. It's like, yeah, I'm down to do that. Yeah, I'm down to do that. Nobody was down to do that. That's cold. Even your own tribe mates was like,
Yeah.
No. I refuse to accept this. I'm really sorry.
It's really unfortunate.
Yeah.
And I will have you know, Jack, you are not out of the cup draft for Survivor 45. No one has been eliminated yet.
Oh, wow.
However, 3 of the first 5 picks have been eliminated.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that tracks.
Including the first 2 picks.
No.
Oh, I thought Brandon and Sabaya were the first 2 picks.
No, you're thinking of the RHAP draft. No, the first pick was Emily.
Oh. So then-
God.
Then Brandon.
Okay, I was not thinking of RHAP because I remember Robin picked Brandon, then I picked Sabaya.
yeah, you were third because
Okay,
Brooke
I
was
didn't-
first.
I didn't realize
David
Brooke
was
was
fourth.
first.
Or fourth.
Oh.
Yeah.
Brooke, yeah, because Jack was third. It was Brooke,
Oh.
Jack, Robin.
So the only people left with intact teams are myself, Lana, and Esme. Everybody
Riggery.
else.
No, I'm kidding.
I mean, I would have had Sabaya if you didn't pick her before me. So
But it's working out in the end for you,
it is.
currently.
Because you stole her. You knew I wanted her. But it's okay.
And next week, we're doing the 2-group split bullshit thing again.
Why?
Yeah, early.
And we don't even know if they're we don't know if people are on the jury yet. And my
Yeah.
gut feeling is no. Because think of how many people are left in the game. It's 12.
12.
They would never, at least in my mind, risk a potential situation where if they have a final 2 or a final 3, it can go 3-3-3. And it's like, oh yeah, no, so America decides, or whatever extreme rule they have.
Yeah.
I mean, they've had plenty of juries in the past where it was possible to have like a deadlock tie like that. We've had 8-person juries with the top 2. We've had 9-person juries with the final 3. So it's not unprecedented, but it's unprecedented in the new era because the jury always starts at 11.
Yeah.
I mean, all they would do is just make the person who is third place with the 0 vote juror make that vote. That's all that would happen.
With this
But what if it's
situation,
3-3-3? Jeff decides.
I mean, at that point, you ask the
We go to
players
lock.
to vote for a winner. You ask the 3 remaining to vote for a winner. And if they deadlock, then
We go
we
to
give the
rock.
prize to the first boot.
Then Hannah wins!
Hannah wins!
Yeah!
Surprisingly,
that.
was the right
Technically, no, Brandon would win because
Yes,
she wasn't the
Brandon.
first boot. Because she was the first to limit.
We give it to the first person voted out on
Voted out of the game.
parchment.
It's Brandon. So Brandon wins.
I am okay with this scenario.
Sure.
Fine by me.
But, yeah, I don't know what they're going to do.
I feel like we're going to get 2 eliminations next week, and then there's going to be a competition between them.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point. Since
Oh.
there are two people being voted out, it would be hard to just have like a clear 12th place.
I
Unless
think we're
there's a
getting an
twist.
Australian Survivor twist here. That's what I think we're getting.
I think you might be right.
Now that's kind of unprecedented.
I don't think they've ever done something like that on American Survivor.
I mean, they need to do. I think they're at the point where they know they have to do something different because
Yeah.
things are getting way too predictable. Where people are picking the puzzles and doing 3D puzzles, people are figuring out these twists and knowing how to break the twist. Everything is very predictable. So for them to have two people leave or get voted out, send them somewhere to do
To the edge of extinction.
edge of extinction maybe or something, and they do a competition and one comes back. I think that'll be interesting.
Could you imagine if there was edge of extinction this whole time and then they all compete and Brandon gets back in somehow?
Get out of here.
Yeah.
I'm staying optimistic, okay?
Brandon comes back
and-
with a bandana that says "Die Jerks."
The Edge of Extinction challenge is second boot trivia. And then he wins.
Yeah,
And then
I couldn't imagine. But that'd be funny. But you know, the one thing about Survivor, they can't keep a twist secret for nothing. They gonna tell us everything. They gonna be like,
well, and the two of them quit. So like,
right.
what is
So,
it?
I mean, but technically Sean quit, but he did get voted out.
Mhm.
They actually did write his name on parchment, and they did vote him out. So
Anyway. Well, that's that. Any final thoughts?
go Caleb. Period.
yeah.
I think this is one of my. I think this is my favorite merge episode of the new era.
Oh yeah, I think so too. This and what's so funny is like I take some pretty diligent notes while watching. My notes end as soon as I get to tribal council. I could not take any more notes after that because I was
wow.
fixated.
Yeah, I mean, I don't blame you. But thank you so much for joining us for Survivor 45 episode 6. We'll be back next week, same time, same place, different panel probably, to talk about episode 7 of Survivor 45. In the meantime, make sure to subscribe to the channel. We're here every day of the week, I think, at this point, or almost every day of the week, giving you some sort of reality TV content with more on the way.
It never ends.
Lana and I decided to add another show to our repertoire today. And while I am excited about it, it just means there's another podcast. But we're very excited to do it. But there's so much reality TV. If you are a fan of Survivor in the US, make sure to also go check out our review of Survivor UK. Week 1 is available now on the channel. So make sure to go check that out. Also, go follow us on our socials at The Cut Pod. You could follow the 4 of us as well on Twitter or Instagram. If you're on Twitch, go follow Jack because they do some great things. And you could also go get your merch, including but not limited to cup mug. Do you still have it? Do you sell it, Jack?
I
Jack,
still do.
Yay!
Look at that low price.
Mm-hmm.
It's really, y'all, it's only $7.
Shit.
It's only $7, and it's like a pretty decent size. So
It's that easy.
with that being said, cheers.
Cheers.
I cannot believe you just cheers with your phone, Jack.
I not only cheers my phone,
Revenge.
I cheers the shopping cart.
Not revenge.
Goodbye.